Redirect your mind to the open lane. Regroup your thoughts, let go of the strain. Refocus the vision, it's all in your name. Jeff got the mic sparking up the flame. Redirect, regroup, refocus, we thrive. God in your spirit, keeping dreams alive. The vibe is deep, the truth's in the lines. It's your time, now don't let it pass by. Struggles in the rear view, we moving ahead. Wisdom and hustle ingrained in what's said. Jeff bringing light to the stories unsaid. Keep the focus straight, don't just lay in your bed. Switching the gears, shifting the tone. This ain't a journey you walk alone.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you live with the first episode of the year for the R3 podcast, aka the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. How's everybody doing today? Listen, when I tell y'all, 2026 is going to be a great year for me. And listen, 2025 was also good for your boy. Okay? So, right now, I'm not in the, how can I put it? I am not in a season or period in my life where I'm saying that, oh, it's just going to be this year. That's going to be good for a brother. Let me tell y'all something. Every year from this point on is going to be good for your boy. So, y'all, we're going to dive right into a lot of different things that we got going on. I'm telling you, big shout out to my Biggs Radio family. Jeff Relaford Show airs every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. on BiggsRadio.com and online radio box. Type in Biggs Radio or just Biggs, and it'll pop up. I swear we'll be the only one that pops up. And you can listen to me every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. Started off real great with Queen Jay Ashari, interviewing, talking to her. And we have more interviews lined up, y'all. We're going to have more people lined up. It's coming. I'm telling you. And with this show for today, it's a lot of stuff going on, like media-wise, all this other stuff. I kind of wanted to dive into a few topics of my own that I was looking into. I've talked to several people about. And one of them being is this dress situation. But we're going to get into that in a moment. One thing I got to shout out for the people real quick is, like I told you, I'm going to be doing some different things this year in terms of shouting out where I am. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to call this studio. I know y'all know I've been rocking with the Vibe Studios and everything, but we're in a season of transition. And the thing is, with this season of transition, this is a newness in beginning, you know. So with this newness and with this greatness that's unfolding with myself, what I want to do is I want to make this a little bit better. I want to go ahead and now push the vision of R3 and Life Coach Jeff and my show on Biggs Radio, as well as Rejoice 102.3 on the Spotlight Radio Show every Friday, also from 5 to 6 p.m. We got to push these narratives. So big thing for 2026, I'm going to tell you, if you are not pushing you, got to catch up, baby. Got to catch up, because this is the time where now you have to push yourself. You have to let people know who you are. You've done things for other people. You've been a part of some partnerships. But it's now time for you to stand out and to be that person. Be the ish today. That's all I'm saying. Be the ish out here to the people. So listen, I want to come to y'all, and I really want to talk to y'all about this dress situation. Now, Jamal Bryant is the pastor of the church that Eddie Long used to pastor. I did not know that. Had no clue. So, you know, there's some mixed emotions about all this stuff and everything about because since he's pastor of that church, we know all the stuff Eddie Long got into. It don't surprise that he in some controversy. He always in some controversy about something. I ain't here to get into all that, but I really want to address this dress situation, because I'm going to tell y'all know how I am. You know, I am a Christian young man. You know, I'm a Christian young man. This is how I roll, you know, and y'all hear my views and opinions on how I feel about certain things, but I want to give y'all my take on this. I tend to be somebody who I wear y'all know me, I wear my own convictions. It's things that I deal with, it's things that I've done in my life. I have shared on this show, with people. And just to remind y'all again where we at, boom, the R3 podcast. I've reminded y'all and told y'all certain things about me on this particular show. And the thing is, y'all, yes, she is a first lady. I will say this. And if you know me personally, I've never been big on titles. I don't care if you the first lady of the White House. I don't care if you the first lady of a church. I don't care if you're a pastor of a church. I don't care if you're the president, all that. In my eyes, I don't put people on a pedestal. You are, I'm going to be honest with you when I say this, you literally are just a human being. You have to put pants on the same way I put pants on. You got to put drawers on the same way I got to put drawers on. So I'm going to come to you from this standpoint of a humanistic standpoint. And I'm also going to come to you from a point of playing devil's advocate, because I know both sides of this. I understand about representation, about how things can look, the appearance of, right? I get that part because it's a role that I have to play too. Okay? It's a role that I have to play too. So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's start off with this first. In terms of the dress, I had to first look at the dress. I had to see what it was. Now, I tend not to look at women with a lustful eye when it comes to stuff like that. That's something that doesn't attract me with women. I'm gonna be candid with y'all. Like what attracted me to my wife is beautiful. She is amazing. She is beautiful. But what also attracted me to her was the fact that I'm able to have an intelligent conversation with her. So that's what grabs my attention. I need to be able to talk to you. We need to be able to have valuable, meaningful conversations. So looks is something initial. You do have to be attracted to a person, but that's what catches my attention. We're going to get that out of the way first. So when I'm looking at the dress, I'm looking at the dress. I heard what everybody had to say, but I said my thing is I have to look at it first. So I looked at it. And initially, I'm going to tell you this. You can tell that it is a dress, okay? And what I mean by that is a lot of people were focused on the nude color part. And the thing is, to me, she don't look like she was naked. That's just me. But again, I'm not looking at nobody with an eye like that. That's why you get this response from me. I'm not sitting up here gawking over you and all this other stuff, saying, oh, look at these curves, look at these. I don't do that. That's not my thing. We live in a society today where everybody keeps looking at the outer. I've always cared about the inner of a person. So to me, it looked like a dress. Now, second point number 2, when you go ahead and you actually look at the fabric of the dress, this is why it didn't look like she was naked. The picture I saw, it was kind of ruffled up and everything. It didn't look like skin. It looked like fabric. Okay? So I'm going to say this. Any man out there who is looking at this woman with a lustful eye and saying A, B, C, X, Y, and Z in terms of that, you a part of the problem. Let me say that. You are a part of the problem. Shout out to the homie D. Smith. My man, 2026, great year for us, man. I'm telling you, 2025 was phenomenal for us, man. It was great on all ends for everybody, bro. But we going to keep pushing it. So, yes, my man, thank you for watching, tuning in, brother. Really appreciate you. And the thing is, if any man is, or anybody, or even a woman is looking at her and that's where your mind goes first, I kind of feel that you're part of the problem. And I'll tell you why I believe you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem because we live in a society where we always look to judge people first. Okay? Now, I'm talking about leave the title alone of first lady. Leave the title alone. Look at her as a human first. Okay? Because some of y'all can look at me and say, Jeff, you don't have a title. You know? I am life coach Jeff, but I still have an image to uphold. So I have to carry myself in a certain way. That is true. Right? That's very true. But at the end of the day, I'm still a human. If you happen to catch me cussing, or if I say something that you don't like, anything like that, you can't use that as the whole makeup for me as a person. And I feel that's what they're doing with this woman. they're using that as the whole makeup for her as a person. Now, I know that I wouldn't want nobody doing that to me, and I get it. She's in the public eye, right? Whenever you're in the public eye, you open yourself up to that big C word called criticism, right? Criticism. So she's in the public eye. She's opened up herself to criticism. So as soon as she was going to wear that dress, boom, the floodgates were going to open. Now, I don't know if she really knew this or not. I was talking to somebody, and they said in the interview that they said that she at no point in time thought there was an issue with wearing the dress. Okay? Words out of her mouth. She thought there was no issue with wearing the dress. So, and again, we know the comments that Jamal Bryant made about his wife, talking about he was the one who bought the dress, and some of y'all, since y'all ain't been nowhere and y'all don't know nothing. That's what he said. Y'all ain't been nowhere and y'all ain't seen some stuff before. Now, that's what he said. At the church, at the pulpit, to his congregation. Now, his congregation was celebrating because they going to support the man that they follow, you know. So I heard the cheers, the screams, and everything like that. They were supporting their pastor, you know. That's how they roll. That's what they do. So with that being said, okay, with that part of it being said, I do believe there's a time and a place for everything. Now, the dress was worn at a gala, okay? Again, it does look like gala attire, you know, and a lot of people were talking about the way that it was cut around the bosom, around the butt. It was made to accentuate those things on her, okay? Now, this is a woman who was curvy out here with her figure. This is a woman who was curvy out here, you know? So I get it. I sat up here and talked with a guy today, and he was telling me that women are always supposed to dress modestly. And if a woman is supposed to dress modestly, she should be out here wearing a muumuu. And if y'all don't know what a muumuu is, it's pretty much just a straight gown. Straight, just cloth gown, boom. It doesn't hug. It don't do nothing. He said, literally, you should be out here wearing a muumuu. Let me see. Let me talk to my man. D. Smith commented. He said, bro, this whole situation could have been avoided if the ego wasn't involved. Why wear a flesh-colored anything? And you know what, bro? I'm going to be honest. I didn't think it looked nude. I'm going to be real honest with this. Because I look at shades of brown, and I just thought I would have looked at it like it was just a brown dress. That's why I kind of said sometimes, you know, if you looking at it with an eye, your mind will see what you want it to see. So if people believe that it was flesh tone, that's what they're going to believe. I just saw that it was a brown and black dress. That's me. Like I said, when I opened it up, I wasn't looking at her in that type of way. I heard what people were saying. I was like, okay, she just got a dress on, boom, bada bam. Maybe that's just me because I live and let live, you know. What can I really say about or criticize somebody for doing what they do? You know, because you go do what you want to do anyway. So now, and I'm with you on that. Why wear flesh colored anything? Because I will say this too. She should have known again or had some type of inkling, which she claims she didn't have any type of inkling that what she was doing would get backlash or like, okay, this is wrong. I shouldn't be doing this. So she didn't think that. So she thought what she was doing was right. So, hey, if that's what you thought, that's your own air. It was, and there you go, D. It was a great dress. Hey. There you go, bruh. My wife said it looked cute. I don't know if she would have worn it, but she said it looked cute. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying, brother. You already know. Now, I've talked about the humanistic standpoint, and this is where it gets a little deeper. Okay? This is the part where you hear a lot of the harsher opinions because now we're going to talk about her title. Okay? Now, y'all know me. I said it. I'm not big on titles. I don't care who you are in front of me. It's people who I've met, I didn't even know they had so many accomplishments and other stuff. I was just saying hello and striking up some conversation. I had no idea. So title doesn't mean anything to me. I want to get to know you as the person, right? So she is and it pains me to talk about use these terms because I'm so far away from the whole first lady and all this other stuff like that and what it represents. I've done a lot of studying, y'all, biblically, but I'm gonna talk about it because I got to talk about it. And the deal is this: with what she represents, she does represent the people. She is put on that same esteem, right? She is put on that same level as her husband, as the pastor. So, I'm just gonna say it like this: with being a woman of God who is a believer, okay, maybe she should have sat up here and thought about what she was pulling out the closet. And if you actually looked at the response to how Jamal Bryant and his wife wore next time when they went out, the outfit that she wore, the blue jean outfit that she wore. Let's talk about this, man, because because we gonna get into it. Let me show y'all something. Let me explain something to y'all. Let's do this. And I hope he didn't take it down. Okay. So the actual blue jean long dress that she wore with the gym shoes, his wife got curves. Okay? Let's put that out there. Let's throw that out there so y'all got something to grab and catch a hold to, okay? The woman has curves. Now, even in this picture, you still see her shape. Can I talk about it, people? You still see her shape. And it's many a men out there. Sorry, y'all. Playing the music. It's Instagram. Didn't mean for that to come up. It's plenty of men out here who will go ahead and look at a woman dressed, if y'all can see it, dressed just like that. She's in a long blue jean skirt with a shirt, long blue jean dress with a shirt underneath it, and it's still accentuating her curves. Now, this will be approved by a lot of people. Now, when we start talking about her outward appearance and everything, let's be real. If it's guys out there who looking at that booty, okay? I'm going to be very honest when I say that. They looking at that booty. The thing is, if it's got a little hump back there and she curved like that, there are some people that would still think that might be something she's wearing that could be too tight. But since it's blue jeans and it's covering, I don't care about if it's hugging now, because it's still hugging. She didn't wear nothing like straight down, like overly big. She didn't do that. And you could do that with gym shoes, okay? And be casual. Now, that was the response. And I feel that, was it an okay response? Yeah, it was an okay response. But I'll tell it to you like this, though. What you did was, I think they took it to an extreme. And I'm going to tell you why I believe they took it to an extreme. Because the man is dressed up in a suit. And now I kind of tend to think, because she is curvy, she is a little more curvy than all the rest of them out here, than a few of them out here, and put together nicely. The problem is now, if she wears any type of dress, let's forget about the fact of how it was cut and the fact that everybody's saying it was flesh tone and nude, okay? Let's forget about that. But let's be real. If she wear any type of dress, I feel like she gonna get some backlash for it. What did my man D. Smith say? He said, but let's not act like folks haven't learned how to use the interest. That's true. Folks know backlash is coming, but it's a content-driven society, and people know they can spin and control the narrative. Plus, that's it, man. Hey, I'm with you, D, when you right. Plus, negative publicity is still publicity. So the attention is still gathering, good or bad. Hey, big dog, D, I agree with you, brother, because even at the end of it all, now they've been on shows, they're talking about it. Even another pastor is roped into this as well. We gonna get into that too. Jay Hive, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Big shout out to Jay Hive, big artist with Biggs Radio Chicago out of South Bend. That brother is doing his thing. He is making it happen. Check out his music, please. Hey, brother, if you want to, put the name of the song title in the comments. Let everybody check you out. Please send it to my boy D Smith, who was also in the comments. He has a radio show here out in Chicago called Shop Talk 7. Get him your music, brother. D Smith, I got somebody for you. His name is J Hive. Talented white boy. Talented white rapper. We're going to even just take out the white out of it. It's just the fact that the brother is talented, okay? That part. So, yeah, my night's going good, brother. We just talked about this debacle with the dress here, and I agree with you, D Smith. I agree with you. You know, this is a lot of publicity coming their way. A lot of publicity. But I heard that this isn't the first time that he's been in the spotlight with all of this. This ain't the first time, right? This ain't the first time that this brother has really just said some things or done some things that brought some attention to him. I heard also that he was at a gay church where it was the pastor and the first man. And he was saying that this is what we need. We need the gays to come back to church because this is what God wants. Now, I don't know the makeup of his delivery and what he was saying, but those were the comments that was said. Those were some comments. So this ain't the first time that this brother has been in the limelight for things that he said and done. A lot of times, man, people are very used to this. They get used to it. And just because I want to make this statement, just because you're in the pulpit, that doesn't give you the opportunity to say whatever you want. We're going to get to that part too. Whew. Okay, J-Hive said, what's up, y'all? You could say white rapper, all good, homie. Okay, yep, white rapper, J-Hive. Boom, there it is. D. Smith also says, there's manipulation oozing all out of this, bro. And Jamal likes shiny legs on the quarterbacks. Now, okay. Whew. Now. We talked about this earlier today. I was talking to somebody. I didn't pull up the clip. But Jamal Bryant did make comments talking about Cam Newton's legs. And I think that was a clip that went viral. I do believe that was a clip that went viral. And I believe I saw it come through my timeline, and I just said, all right, big dog, I don't know who you are, but okay, it is what it is. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you talking about this man's legs like this. You a whole man out here. But okay, if that's what you want to do you, big dog. Hey, it is what it is. So, yeah, he likes shiny legs on quarterbacks. I like how you put that, D. Smith. He likes shiny legs on quarterbacks. You know, shout out to Dale Gregg in the building, y'all. Shout out to Shell Green, Angela Yvonne Relaford, Dale Gregg in the building. Yeah, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in to the R3 podcast, y'all. Telling y'all, we talking about this whole debacle with the dress. This is titled Say Yes to the Dress. She said yes to the dress, and then she got a lot of backlash. But yes, what did D. Smith say? Oh, my man in it today. He said, I'm telling you, bro, this is deeper than the dress. If folks want to really suspend all the cute, go along and get along. Hey. You know what, dog? I'm gonna be real honest with you. It is deeper than the dress. And I'm going to tell you this. When we are in a society where we talk about God, but what we've done is we've gone away from him. And I'm not going to get very deep with it. What I mean by gone away from him is the moralistic side. That's what I mean. So we're so quick to judge. We're so quick to talk about people. We don't want to. We're at a point now where it's okay to correct somebody, but the correct is extreme. Everybody feels that they have an opinion. I did a show like this on Rejoice 102.3 when I asked the question, if your pastor is doing something that you don't approve of, do you talk to him face to face? Do you just leave him alone and not listen to anything he has to say anymore? Or do you take somebody with you? if you don't feel comfortable, to help kind of soften the blow a little bit. I asked this to the audience, and we got some very good responses from people. And the responses were they would like to talk to the pastor one-on-one. And the thing is, I feel that the people that said they would like to talk to the pastor one-on-one, what they're doing is they're looking at it from a standpoint of that's my leadership. And if I'm concerned with my leadership, I should be able to talk to my leadership. Now, when we start, now that's on a one-on-one portion. Now, if some of y'all don't like the dress that she wore and how she did it, my whole thing is why give energy to it and why put all that commentary behind it. Some people are doing this because it's just hot topics and everything like that. Because believe it, I see it. I see it all the time. People will go ahead and jump on the topic bandwagon just because it's something that everybody talk about. I want to talk about this because I really want to give my opinion. I don't care less about who watching, how many views. I care less about all that because this is a very interesting topic and I have my own Christian spin to put on it. And what's up, Amina Silla Baker, a.k.a. Miss Mina Brown Diva out here. Shout out to Miss Mina Brown Diva. She does a lot of things as far as covering events and everything like that. Shout out to MRC, My Radio Chicago. Shout Blizz, y'all. Got to get in the game. I got to get on the morning jump off, yo. So, Blizzy, I'm looking for you. And Mina, I am going to come on y'all show. That is on the list of things to do for 2026. I have to get on y'all show. Got to. So, we're going to set it up. I'm going to see if I can stop by after a day or something like that. And I got you. But yeah, it is deeper than the dress, man. It's deeper than the dress because we have to look at the moral standpoint of everything. And I feel that a lot of people have gotten lax with it. A lot of people say they believe, but they've been real lax with how they want to represent the GOD out here visibly. Because at the end of the day, everybody got some stuff that they do, right? Everybody got some stuff that they do. And J Hive, you need to get ahead with Mina Brown Diva too. Y'all in the comments, go ahead, do your thing. J Hive, holla at Mina Brown Diva. She can hook you up with some stuff too, brother. Come out here to Chicago, do a little bit more. Do some more work, brother. We got you. But yeah, be yourself. That's the thing. You got to be yourself out here. And I'm gonna tell you this, brother, because the thing is, the world is literally gonna chew you up and spit you out. Literally. Because at the end of the day, I know people are going to judge me for certain things that I do and what I've done. I know it's certain people who have even looked at how, whether I've even gotten back to you, if you want to be on the show, whether we've been booked or however it goes, or if a mishap happens. I know people will judge me off the mishaps that I've done. So the thing is, sometimes I could just let you know it's best to not even address it, or if it's deep enough, express gratitude and say you sorry. You know what? I would have had a lot of more respect. And I don't even want to say a lot more respect. I think it would have been a better look. Let's be real, y'all. I think it would have been a much better look if they would have came out, made a statement together, and said, you know what? I know that I wore this dress. Or he could say, I know my wife wore this dress because that's what she wanted to wear. But I just want to publicly apologize if this publicly offended anybody when I wore this dress. Now, nobody should be offended by a piece of clothing that somebody wears because at the end of the day, it didn't go on my body. It didn't go on your body. But the thing is, that's what we look for with people. So he had to do a public apology. I feel that a public apology would have been good. Boom, bada bam, wipe it off. You're done clean. On to the next thing. Because the man is right. We do have bigger fish to fry. We do. We've got way bigger fish to fry than just dealing with somebody wearing some clothes. And at the end of the day, y'all have to remember, that's her conviction. If it falls on her as conviction, or if it falls on her and God gonna do something with it, let God deal with that. You don't have to deal with that. I know I don't have to bear the burden. I'm just talking about the subject here. I don't have to bear the burden. I'm just letting y'all know. Sometimes you got to get out there, say what you say, leave it there, and truly be done with it. Because once I say what I got to say today about it, I'm done with it. It is what it is. This woman can do whatever she want to do because she grown. And I don't have to answer for that for her. If I was a friend, I'd be like, hey, girl, my sister, you probably made that wasn't the best decision, but it's done. So what can you do now? It's out there. Try to do it as much as you can with the damage control, A, B, C, X, Y, and Z. Boom, bada, bam, done. Now, as I take a sip of my drink here. Okay, y'all. This is the deal. I have been seeing posts of another pastor who has made remarks, okay, and said, now, the post that people are putting out is saying that a pastor called her a $2 whore. And when you watch the clip, he did not call her a $2 whore. He said this man has his wife dressing up like a $2 whore. Now, let's be real because, again, people, I'm all about what's said in the facts. Now, what's said is, now, a lot of people like to say, hey, you said you look like something, so you're calling her that. No. The man said he is dressing up his wife, and she looks like a $2 whore. Is the comment right? No. I don't agree with the comment was being said. Let's be real, people. Let's put it out there. That ain't the best way to go about it. That ain't a good comment to make. And just because, again, I made the statement earlier, just because you speak from the pulpit, that does not give you the authority to say whatever is on your mind at that time. I just think some pastors out here, they think they could get up there and say whatever they want to say because they the man of God. They going to just automatically be forgiven. Everybody going to go behind them and just care for them and love on them anyway. That is not how this stuff works. See, I almost cussed. That's not how none of this stuff works. And you got to quit playing around like that when you have that type of platform. Because I'm going to say it. I'm going to just be honest about it. Because there's too many people who want to get up there and say what they want to say, and they're thinking that's part of correction. No, what you're doing is you're trying to make a fool out of, you're making a fool out of yourself while you're trying to make a fool out of other people. Keep your comments to your damn self. Zip it. Get up there and do what you're supposed to do on that particular Sunday, and that is preach to your flock Bible. Bible. That doesn't mean you have an open invitation to bring everything that is of this world into that particular place where God is supposed to dwell, where you are supposed to hear, right? You get up there in the pulpit and you say what? I'm preaching my sermon. I'm talking about what I'm talking about. And you're telling people that it's coming from God. Your own opinion, let me tell you something, baby. Your own opinion does not come from God. If what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and use scripture to back up something that you see out here in the world, that is different. Use the word of God to back up what you believe in order to make the point, in order to teach and preach. Do that. But don't sit up here in nobody pulpit or at nobody church, because it's God's house, and say that somebody is looking like a $2 whore. I don't agree with that. Again, the man didn't call her a $2 whore. He said this man is dressing up his wife to look like a $2 whore. Don't agree with the comment, but I also don't agree with how that pastor handled it. I don't agree with how anybody has handled any of this, because I feel that there's a lack of God in all of this. I feel that there's a lack of God in all of this. When are we going to get to the point, people? Shout out to Taylor RJ in the building, y'all. Thank you for tuning in, big dog, to the R3 podcast today. Appreciate you. So that's why I say all this stuff, man, just to be honest and just to be real, because at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But again, whoever this pastor is, I'm glad I don't even know this man's name, because I probably would have looked up all his whatever biography about whatever he preaches about, what he talks about, the whole, I would have looked it all up. And the thing is, just because you have a right to be in the pulpit, that's an honor to preach the word of God. Okay, let's be real. Even when I sit up here and I talk about God, I'm held to a standard as well. When I'm talking about how good God has been to me and everything, letting y'all know about what he's done for myself, biblically, I'm held to a standard with that. That's how it works. And they say that about everybody. Not just myself, not just a pastor, not just a preacher, not just an evangelist, the whole nine. That is for everyone. So we have to start taking these things into a bigger perspective and look into it, because that burns me up inside. That burns me up. I've known many of pastors to get in the pulpit and say whatever they think, and they think just because they have an open opportunity and a platform and a mic in front of them that they can say whatever they want to say. And no, just because you have that opportunity, that doesn't mean you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you could put on the same pants like I do, same drawers, all that other stuff like that. You take the same shower. We all are humans, and we got to live our lives. But guess what? The Bible also says that you're going to be judged according to your works. Not according to my works. Not according to the next guy. Not according to this, that, the third, blah, 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 blah. You're going to be judged according to your works. So, be mindful, people, about what you say. Be mindful, people, about what it is that you do. Be mindful, because there's somebody else also who is just burning the headlines right now. Y'all hear about this Donnie McClurkin? I just want to know. Y'all hear about Brother Donnie in the house? Donnie is now being sued by someone for sexual abuse during, what was it? Pray the gay out of pray the gay out of you, or pray out of the gay out of you, something like that, sessions. So Donnie McClurkin is being sued for sexual assault during his pray the gay out of you sessions. Telling y'all, man, this stuff is wild. I might mess around and talk about this on Rejoice this Friday. If I'm able to make it there to Rejoice, I might go ahead and talk about that on Friday. Because the thing is this, y'all. Again, when people go ahead and have some a little bit of clout, a little bit of say so, sometimes people will use power and ego to their advantage. I ain't saying Brother Donnie did it, but I'm going to be honest with y'all and tell y'all, I really do believe that I've always thought that Donnie was still gay. I've always thought that Donnie was gay. I always believed that Donnie always had a lot of sugar in his tank. I believe Donnie McClurkin was out here. I don't care what he was doing, but I do believe that he was out there talking to these men. I've always believed it, kept it to myself. Again, I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. I'm not going to judge you. But the thing is, guess what? He's being sued for something. That's big news too. Trying to tell y'all, man. When are we going to start paying attention to what's actually going on? When are we going to actually start trying to help people, right? Help people in these situations. Stop tearing everybody down. And I get it. So what? She wore a dress one night. Is what she's supposed to represent. She's supposed to represent the church. I get it. If I had $1 for any time I saw somebody, true story, let me tell y'all this. Very true story. I had to be 10 years old. This is when I actually first started going to church. My mom took me out there to a particular church that I'm not going to name the name of because I don't want to make that look bad. But this is a very true story. Very true story. So, a woman walks down to accept Christ. And to give her life to God, you know. And what happened was, now before her, it was a whole family, a husband, a wife, and a child, walked down the aisle to accept God. Everybody was clapping. Everybody was happy. Everybody was so excited about the family. And then a child came, you know, age of accountability. Child came, said they wanted to accept God. Okay, be baptized, the whole nine. So family wants to be baptized, another child wants to be baptized. This woman comes down the aisle. It was the summertime. She had on a skirt and she had on a crop top, and she said, I want to accept God. You know, nobody was happy for her. Nobody clapped. Nobody cheered for her walking down the aisle that particular Sunday. And it's this story like that always stuck out with me, y'all. It stuck out with me because There are still people like this today. Instead of wanting to pull out a helping hand to somebody, you looked at their outer, you prejudged them. And I'm going to tell y'all this. She did not return back to church the next Sunday. And when I talked to one of my people who knew her, they said she did not return to church. They said she chose to come to this particular church because she liked how it was small and family oriented. And somebody referred her. But she did not come that next Sunday because she did not feel welcome. Because nobody took her by the hand. Nobody gave her a hug. One woman gave her a hug. And I know who that woman is personally. One woman gave her a hug. Wild. So, what's up, Kim? Kim Patterson. Shout out to Kim Patterson. Thursday Night Rewind. WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago. Every Thursday. Okay? Every Thursday. 8 to 10 p.m. Kim be rolling out here. That's how she roll, y'all. So, y'all, tap in with Kim. Check in with Kim. Because she does big things out here. But yes, y'all, that is a very true story about when somebody is trying to accept God. A woman who is trying to accept God who tends to look a little different and truly wants to accept God in her heart, how she was not even accepted at that time, by the Christian community. And that's why I say, people, what we have to do is now we got to get the heart posture right. We got to get that right. If y'all don't take nothing from what I've said today while I've done this first show, this first R3 podcast of the year, what I need y'all to take from this is y'all need to remember that we live in a society where people need to be accepted more. And what I mean by accepted is, now there's some crazy stuff out here, people. I ain't saying accept everybody. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to accept somebody, accept it with love. Understand that when people do things, they tend to make their own decisions. They have the power to think for themselves. The scripture says that God gave us a reprobate mind. That means a mind to choose. Left, right, up, down, good, evil, the whole nine. Even if it is something as far as a piece of clothing. Even if it is something as far as responding and telling people out there who you don't even know that they ain't ever seen nothing or they not used to nothing, when you don't know, in fact, what these people have seen or what they used to, all the way down to the other pastor who sat up here and said and called or might have suggested, because he didn't call her, he suggested that this man is dressing up his wife like a $2 whore. The thing is, it trickles down to everybody. Let me tell y'all something. This is why I be talking about this stuff, because at the end of the day, I'll give a damn about your title. And I'm sorry, I have to say it like that. I have to say it like that. Like I said, y'all, if I sit up here and y'all hear me say a little word here too, or there's something like that, y'all, we have to remember that everybody is human, but that doesn't take away from what I'm trying to say with the message here. I really hope you sat up in your seat and it opened up your eyes and it made you want to listen even more. Because at the end of the day, what we've done is we keep stemming away from people and we forget to lead with love. And what we want to do is we want to lead with criticism first. It's not how it should be. Everybody want to talk about how we need to be better Christians and all that. But you know what? If you could correct somebody, correct them in love. You don't have to be angry at this woman. What's up, Lamar Simmons in the building? What's going on, man? You know, I'm just, hey, man, talking to the people out here. Taylor RJ, thank you, brother, for the love, man. Appreciate it. For real. Really appreciate it. Because, man, I'm just sitting up here trying to tell the people, you know. Say la. Hey, Happy New Year, big dog. Congratulations on you starting your podcast and everything, brother. You are doing an amazing job. Your forward trajectory that you have is amazing. Selah Brooks, check him out. He is a great content coach, and he's going to let you know how to get your message out there, your point across the whole nine. Y'all need to, if you going to spend some money, spend it on Selah Brooks. All right, had to put that out there. But yes, that's the thing, man. We got to stop this whole leading with criticism. And a lot of y'all out here judging too. Let's just be real. A lot of y'all out here judging hard other people when y'all even are scared to even look at the other bones and the skeletons that you have in your closet that need to be either swept away, packed away, thrown away, the whole nine. You need to clean that joke out just as bad as you willing to criticize somebody for the actions that they do. Now again, I spoke about Donnie McClurkin. Spoke about Brother Donnie. And what he got going on. The brother is being sued out here. Because he allegedly, this is what the man is claiming, was sexually abused by Donnie. So this is also in the news. This is freshly in the news, y'all. So y'all pray for Brother Donnie. Again, I don't condone the actions of what people do, but some people have problems. Now, people, this is when you live and let live. Right there. Right there in that moment. What I just did, that's living and let living. Now, again, I don't condone if that's what was going on with Donnie. I wasn't there. I wasn't a fly on the wall, so I can't see it. But what we have to continue to do is praying for people does work. Saying, hey, I hope you get through your situation or what you had going on, that does help people. You know? Kim said, yeah, I heard that today too. So see, it's out there. And the thing is, we have to think with a different narrative. We have to think with a different mindset. Again, same as I told the story about the young lady who had the short skirt on and the crop top, who said she wanted to accept God, but nobody celebrated her. Nobody clapped when she walked down that aisle. Nobody gave her a hug. Nobody said congratulations. Like I said, one woman gave her that. And because I was there, I clapped. Because I felt like I felt the eyes just judging her as she was walking. Again, this is the place where she came as a safe haven and was referred to this body. I'm not saying that it happens to everybody, but I'm saying this instance to let y'all know that it does happen. And it had happened. It happened. So the thing is, from that point on, I made it my point to not judge people in that moment, meet them where they are. You have to meet people where they are at their own situations. You have to meet people where they at in their life. Just because you had it good all the time, that don't mean they have it good. Just because you choose to be bougie and live life, that doesn't mean that the next person, is going to do that or want to do that. Meet people where they at. Talk about it sometimes, man. Kim says, amen, and stop being so judgmental because we all got demons we fighting with every day, and that's the deal, y'all. Kim, right on the money. She says, show some grace. Jesus shows that to us every day. And exactly, the grace is shown every day. God is showing us that all the time with everything that we do. And I understand, y'all, and I get it. Sometimes grace is one of the hardest things to show people. Let me tell y'all something. I used to work at a place called U.S. to the Steel. Okay, it is a steel mill. It is one of the biggest chain of steel mills in Northwest Indiana up here. We pump out a lot of stuff. We make, we create all that other stuff. We finish the steel, the whole nine up here in Northwest Indiana. And if I had to tell y'all how many times I got cussed out working there and I had to shut up because I didn't want people to feel that wrath. I left that job. I ain't got no stress. I ain't got nothing. But it's times when I had to be quiet and just take it in. And I had to show some people some grace. One of the hardest things for you to do is to be quiet in an argument because you want to be heard. You want to get your point across. Sometimes I had to shut up and bite my tongue. I sure did. I'm being honest with y'all. I'm human. Show some grace. Jesus shows to us every day. Again, y'all, letting y'all know that's what it do. That's what it is. Whew. Because sometimes catching that verbal can be a little bit worse than catching some hands. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about out here. Sometimes that verbal can be a little bit worse than you catching them hands. I've been there, y'all. I didn't cut with the tongue. Whew. Hey, haha. Your boy has cut with the tongue before many times. Said some things to people that you shouldn't be saying to nobody out here. I'm quiet. Just don't push the button. We can got a lot better. Thank you, God. We can got a lot better. but just don't be out here treating people any kind of way. Okay? So, listen, moral of the story is with the dress, y'all, let the woman wear what she gonna wear. Let her do what she's gonna do. That's one standpoint. The other standpoint is, yes, she does represent the people. She is married to a pastor. There is a certain way that she should conduct herself. Now, whether that way is right or wrong to her, again, live and let live. We all have our own moral compass and moral standard that we live by, you know. Express it to people, but it's something that doesn't have to be infringed upon, and you have to go ahead and just choke it and ram it down other people's throats. Because at the end of the day, the Bible says simply this: all of us are going to have the opportunity to hear the word of God. Everybody on this earth is going to have an opportunity to hear who, what, how, in whatever way, shape, or form or capacity God is being represented in. Everybody going to hear it. It's up to you. God ain't getting mad if you reject it or not. It just simply says that he ain't going to know you. I'm just letting y'all know what it say. I'm not trying to tell you that that's what you have to believe. I'm just letting my Christian people know, because if this is the route that we going, sometimes, y'all, we got to put it in perspective. Put it into perspective. That's what I'm saying. The scripture plainly says, he who was without sin cast the first stone. That's why all those people who was willing to throw stone that woman, that adulteress, they was going to stone her. But they sat up here, they put the stones down because they knew that they had sinned already. I believe in that moment that Christ showed them the sin, their own sin. Y'all, telling y'all, it's some great stuff out here that I've been talking about. I'm just trying to let y'all know out here. I'm just trying to let y'all know what it is and how it's going. So, listen, I done had a good talking discussion for a good 50 good minutes here. Now, listen, I'm going to let y'all know this, okay? We have some things coming up, okay? We got some stuff coming up here, y'all. And I have to let y'all know what's coming up because in February, now, first order of business, hold on. First order of business is this. This Friday, okay, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, we are hosting a viewing party, okay? A viewing party for us because a documentary has been created by Brother Dale Gregg out here. Shout out to him and his production company. They have created a documentary about the music conference that we hosted last year in November, which was a big and a huge success. So that's happening, okay? Biggs Radio Movie Night, hosted by none other than our own Z Truth as well, okay? Entry fee, VIP, $50. General admission is $30. This Friday, January 9th, from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. Simeon Alumni Village Hall, that's 820 West 89th Street in the lovely city of Chicago, Illinois. Y'all need to be out there, okay? Biggs Radio, we do a little big out here. I ain't going to say we do it a little big. We do it big out here. Biggs Radio Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago does some things. And Dale Gregg has put together a documentary for our music conference to showcase what we do as a whole, as a team. So big shout out to Dale Gregg. Thank you so much, brother. I will definitely be in attendance. And yeah, that's what we got coming up. We also have this as well, okay? Your boy, Life Coach Jeff, will be hosting, okay, a gospel play. It's a Black History Month celebration at Westside Theater Guild, okay, at the Mark Spencer Auditorium. And it's called The Sound of Gospel, okay, a musical anthology depicting the rich history and evolution of gospel music. I'll be there hosting it. Starts at 7 p.m. Saturday, February 21st, 2026, at the Mark Spencer Auditorium at 900 Jerry Street in Gary, Indiana, okay? Second Chance Outreach is presenting this to us. And your boy, Life Coach Jeff, will be out there hosting February 21st. And also, Life Coach Jeff got something else under the belt too, baby, because we stay booked, we stay ready. This is what we do. We move out here. So, with that being said, shout out to the homie King KC, okay? King KC. I have the privilege of hosting his album, not hosting, but covering his album release party February 20th from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., okay? We're going to be at Baseline in Chicago, all right? The address of that is 2239 South Michigan Avenue, once again, in Chicago, Illinois. DJ Amaris will be in the building. DJ Go Get 'em will also be in the building as well. Y'all, my people going to be there. I'm going to be there. King KC, we've always showed him love. He has sat in the chair. We have interviewed him. We're actually going to interview him again for another time around before all of this goes down as well. So that's family, y'all. So y'all come out. Y'all support family. Once again, that's King KC's album release party at Baseline in Chicago, Illinois. The address is 2239 South Michigan Avenue. All right. Now, I will put the flyer up there because you can actually scan the flyer for your tickets, and you get a download of the album as well. So y'all come on, man. So Life Coach Jeff is hosting shows. We're covering events. We're doing things. We're going to different shows. Queen Jay Ashari also got something going on at the House of Blues and some other stuff. She had just sent me some tickets about today. I'm actually going to make that announcement. I should make it right now. Hold on. That's the Power Live streaming, y'all. We do everything in real time. So she's going to be at the Foundation Room at the House of Blues, okay? This is going to be on the 18th of January, all right? 18th of January. Now, let me go ahead and blow this up. January Artist Spotlight, the next Showcase USA. Show us what you got, okay? Color, Inspire. Who is this? A lot of other people that I don't know the names of. But I'm going to be honest with you because I'm terrible with names like that. I can't pronounce them. But Queen Jay Ashari is on that list, y'all. So Queen Jay Ashari will be there at the Foundation Room, 329 North Dearborn Street in Chicago, Illinois. All right. Doors open at 6 p.m. The concert is at 7. All right. Now, your ticket is only $19, $20. We blow $20 on a lot of different stuff, yo. I blew $20 today, okay? On something that I didn't need. I went to the gas station to get some nonsense, and I blew $20 on some mess that I did not need. So, y'all can spend that $20. Y'all come out to the House of Blues out there, okay, at the Foundation Room, all right? 329 North Dearborn Street in Chicago, Illinois. 21 plus, y'all. 21 plus. Gotta let y'all know that. Doors open at 6 p.m. Concert is at 7, and the tickets are just $20, and that's January 18th. So y'all be out there. All right, I spent the last few minutes of my show not talking about myself, but shouting out other people and the great things that we have going on at WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, as well as Queen Jay Ashari when she came and she sat in the chair on Monday. So listen, we talked about a lot today. Live and let live. Let people do what they want to do. Sometimes, depending on if you are who you are, keep your opinion to yourself. Just because you have a microphone in front of you and a pulpit, that does not give you the right to speak whatever is on your mind. Keep some of that mess to yourself. And also, y'all, just lead with love. That's what it is. Lead with love. Understand that we all make mistakes. People do things. If certain situations and things ain't gonna stop me from sleeping at night, look, God gonna judge you. I ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in. Boom, bada bam. Life Coach Jeff said it. As Julian St. Chris says, don't judge me, judge your mama. Anyway, all right, y'all. It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you live on another episode of R3 Podcast. And remember, as always, redirect, regroup, refocus. And I love y'all so very much. And peace out.
Redirect your mind to the open lane. Regroup your thoughts, let go of the strain. Refocus the vision, it's all in your name. Jeff got the mic sparking up the flame. Redirect, regroup, refocus, we thrive. God in your spirit, keeping dreams alive. The vibe is deep, the truth's in the lines. It's your time, now don't let it pass by. Struggles in the rear view, we moving ahead. Wisdom and hustle ingrained in what's said. Jeff bringing light to the stories unsaid. Keep the focus straight, don't just lay in your bed. Switching the gears, shifting the tone. This ain't a journey you walk alone.